Hi everyone, welcome to our divisional preview picks for the NHL. We're going to start in the horribly named Metropolitan Division, where the Pittsburgh Penguins are your 5 to 6 favorites, and that's the team I'm going to take. I just think that the New York Rangers are in decline. I don't think the hiring of Alan Gagnon will turn this team around. I think they're just past their window. It's closing. I don't think they got much of a shot to win the division, unless you see Pittsburgh suffer severe injuries to their stars. We look at another team, the Washington Capitals. They just don't have enough offense. They lost Mike Ribeiro, and they replaced him with Mikhail Grabowski. That's a downgrade. And you have to think that that's a team that struggled. Yes, they played well in the second half, but they were used to picking up easy wins against your Carolinas, Tampa Bays, Floridas, Winnipegs of the world, 4 non-playoff teams. So I don't think they're going to fare too well. And then a team that I like, but I think is a few years away because of a underdeveloped decor, that's the New York Islanders. I think that John Tavares could emerge as the best player in the NHL this season. He's got that type of goal scoring and passing ability. I think that unfortunately they don't have the top-notch goaltender or defense to compete for the division. So I'm going to take the favorite, take the Pittsburgh Penguins. They're really the only option. So we move to the most competitive division, and that's the Atlantic Division. Boston, Detroit, Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal could all conceivably win this. They've all got solid options in net. They've all got pretty good defense cores, and they've all got decent offenses. But I think you have to look at the two favorites. That's Boston and Detroit to merge. I'm sorry, Canadian hockey fans, but there's a lot more question marks with your teams in Ottawa about their offense and defense staying healthy, replacing Captain Daniel Alfredson. In Toronto, you have to deal with the massive media pressure. Same with Montreal, where both teams don't really have your. In Montreal, you're wondering who's going to score a lot of the goals, who's going to be the physical presence up front, and in Toronto, you're wondering, can they repeat the success they had last year? Are they really that good? Because there's lots of questions on that back end, and there's lots of questions about the bottom 6. So I'm going to look at focusing on Boston. I think that they're a team that's very banged up. Patrice Bergeron's still trying to recover from that playoff run last year. I saw them lose in the Cup final, and they made that big trade, trading 2 major pieces, and Rich Peverley and Tyler Seguin, and got Louis Eriksson back. So, but I'm going to go with Detroit because they'd have to travel a whole lot less now that they're in the East. I think that they made huge upgrades in the offseason, signing Stephen Weiss. And I think that they signed Daniel Alfredson. They're just getting deeper up front. They made it by with a makeshift defense last year after the retirements of Brian Rafalski and Nick Lindstrom in the past couple of years, and the defection of Stewart. So I think that you have to look at the Detroit Red Wings and think 7-2 is a good price to pick them to win the division. Now let's go out west to the Pacific Division, where it's the Kings are your favorites, and that's the team you've got to take because the Canucks window is closing. They traded Corey Schneider and got absolutely nothing for him that will help them this year. They're really past their prime. They've had to cut Keith Ballard using the buyout, and they're just a poorly managed team. They have an incompetent general manager who's made bad decision after bad decision. The Sedins are in contract year, and you really have to wonder what he's going to do now. We look at the Kings and their team that is still in their window to win another championship. They've got a great top 6 with Richards, Kopitar, Carter, Brown, Williams, and one of the best defensive centers in Jarrett Stoll, plus one of the top defensemen, Drew Doughty, as well as one of the top 5 goalies in the league, and Jonathan Quick. So they're my pick to win at 8-5. Then we go to the Central Division, and we see that this is a 2-team race between the St. Louis Blues and the Chicago Blackhawks. I think that we're going to see Chicago win this division. I think that they're a great regular season team, and I think that they're very tough to beat in the United Center. I do like St. Louis to win it all in the very end, but I just think that Chicago is going to continue their strong play in the regular season and get off to another great run. So I'm going to take them at 5-8 to win the Central. And those are my predictions to win the divisions in the NHL this year. Thanks for watching.